Helo a chroeso to the BUCS Women National Championship quarter-final against Durham, where both teams will be going head-to-head for a place in the semis. Now, we are meant to be on the rugby pitch tonight for the Mets rugby team versus also Durham, but unfortunately, due to the weather, they've had to postpone that game, with the Durham rugby team having to head back home. And we are now joined with Beth Jones. Beth, Josh and Dord, thank you for coming.
No problem.
And obviously this will be your 8th
It will be,
BUCS
yeah.
quarter-final.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. Do you have any advice for the girls playing behind us today?
Just go in with everything you've got. There's it's make or break now. There's no redo. It's if we get it done, we get it done. If we don't, we go home. So just get it done straight away.
Lovely. And obviously it's the end of the season for you, and you came second. How did that feel?
A bit going. I think it was there for us. We could have come first, but it just whatever happened on the day happened, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Durham then, they came third in their division. Yeah. What do you think they're going to bring to this cup game?
They've got a lot of WBBL experience. There's a few players that played this weekend versus our WBBL, and unfortunately they did get the win, so they do have the experience, they do have some internationals. They will bring some size and some really good ability.
And obviously, going back to your team now, you play with a lot of American teams, such as loads of other teams as well, have loads of Americans, like Hayley and everyone. What do they bring to the table? They're obviously really important. What asset are they?
They just bring a completely different style of basketball. They're just, on a one-to-one basis, they're just so good. They are full of energy and they just want the win. They're just so hungry for it, which is something I think, as a British player, we need to instill a little bit more.
Well, thank you very much, Beth, and good luck with the
game.
I know you're not starting, but you will be on that court, so keep an eye out for Beth, people. And talking about Hayley Surrey, our reporter Cameron Hitt did a quick interview with her, and let's see how that went.
I'm Hayley Surrey, and I'm from California.
Thank you.
And it's Surrey. It's beautiful.
Hayley, thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. So you've been a part of the Cardiff Met family for about 3 months now. How's the journey been so far?
It's been a roller coaster for sure. I mean, it's been very up and down, but I'm just happy to be here, happy to get the experience and the exposure and be playing in a different country.
You obviously play alongside other Americans like Abigail Younger. How helpful have they been in transitioning to Cardiff?
It's been great to have that support system. I mean, I have 3-4 Americans around me all the time, which is really fun because I feel like they understand how the journey's going so far. But it's also been nice to meet other people who obviously aren't from where I'm from, just to see the culture and see how things are different here. People are just as nice as they are in San Diego. The weather is completely different. But overall, I mean, I think anywhere I go, I was going to be culture shocked a little bit. Yeah. But it's been nice to have that support system around me, like Steph. She's taken really good care of me since I've been here, just making sure I'm okay, checking in on me mentally. So that's been really fun. And then on the court, I mean, she just makes little notes that are really important to my game and little things that I can switch that'll really help me be successful on the floor. So that's been really helpful and fun.
Obviously, you and the girls play on 2 fronts. You play obviously WBBL professionally, but also play BUCS. What's it like going from very different standards, I'm sure?
Yeah, it's definitely I feel like BUCS games, we can kind of go out there, have fun, try new things, work on things we need to work on for WBBL. But we do have some challenging games there as well. So I guess it's just nice to be able to play for fun, essentially, with BUCS, and you're playing, having fun. Oh, maybe I'll throw this behind the back pass. But then in WBBL, you really have to lock in. You get challenged offensively, defensively. You're constantly growing in the WBBL. So it's been a good experience to play for fun, but then also to lock in and play very competitively.
You took part in your first clash on the court in October. It was a massive win for you and the girls. How was that experience, the whole day itself?
The whole day itself, I think, was really cool to see how they set up the arena, brought the bleachers out, and all the fans that came and supported. Not to mention, the broadcasting was incredible. The zooming in when I was watching, the game back was really cool. So it was just nice to see, the effort that the university put into, building that and creating it. It was really cool.
Is there anything in particular so far in your time here that, real good moment that sticks out to you?
Just getting to travel. I mean, I've got to see Ireland. I've got to go to Spain. We're going to Scotland this weekend. So it's nice to travel a little bit and see parts of the world that I haven't seen before. I've loved my time here. The people are great. The basketball is very different, but I think I'm growing and learning as a player and a person. So it's been a good experience.
Well, Giles, Cameron, thank you very much. Keep an eye out on Hayley on the pitch, number 25. She'll be playing probably the whole game, so keep an eye out. I'm now joined with Sol Minty Walker. Sol, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
I have obviously asked Beth this before that video. How important is Hayley? I just want it from a different point of view, how important she is to the community.
Yeah, well, Hayley's a great player, you know. Here at Met, having the American talent is huge for the program, propelling things forward. Yeah, Hayley's a great player. She impacts the game on both ends of the floor, scores on all 3 levels, and yeah, she plays a pretty pivotal role in this team, and yeah, I'm sure she'll get the job done today for the team.
It was definitely a vital player, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know if you've seen the video, but she does mention Steph Collins, which is obviously their coach, and obviously then James Thorpe is your coach, both playing on a really high level.
Yeah.
What does that mean as in a sense of coaching for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. Again, to have that experience of the coaching staff, both playing internationally as players. Steph, obviously for GB, and James with Wales, both of them playing at the highest level internationally. It's huge for us players. Yeah, to have their experience on the floor as players and as coaches, it really, you know, you get the feel of that in the team, and their experience sort of propels us forward and makes us comfortable within the progression of the program.
Lovely. And moving now from the women's to the men's, your team.
Yeah.
This was your first season in the highest division. How do you think it went? How did it feel?
Yeah, so at the start of the season, we didn't really know what to expect. We had a couple of new fresh faces, some American talent coming along, so we were more than confident we were gonna get the job done. Our main goal was to stay up in the Prem. You know, last week we didn't get the result we wanted, and we're out of the playoffs now. But ultimately, I think we can look back at the rest of the season and say, yeah, we've made a stand and proved that we belong here in the Prem.
And do you want to say any key players? Who do you think is going to stand out today?
Today, for sure, the American core of Hayley, for sure, Abby and Jenna. Lara also. Yeah, I'm sure that the starting 5, they'll make a huge impact today on both ends of the floor.
And before we let you leave, quick score prediction, do you know?
Oh, well, they beat our girls team on the weekend, so hopefully we can take the edge of a nail biter. I'd say 88-80 to Archers.
Lovely. We are hoping for a Met win, aren't we? For
sure.
Well, thank you very much, Giles Fowler. And now we are going to throw straight to our comms team, Matt Purdy and Will Hellerman.
Well, thank you so much, Ella, Beth and Sol Minty Walker. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Archers Arena. We're here tonight at the National Championship quarter-final between Cardiff Met and Durham University. My name's Matt Purdy. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Will Hellerman. Hellers, how do you see tonight going?
It's going to be an excellent game today. A close game between 2 great teams in their respective leagues who play for the first time this season.
Yeah, there's plenty of Archers fans here looking forward to this one. Durham have made the long journey down tonight. We've already seen one game against Durham cancelled in Cardiff Met this evening. The rugby was supposed to be on later. That's called off because of the weather. But we do mention the travelling that Durham have had to do tonight. It's a long old way from the northeast. Will, do you see any sort of impact that might have on the players?
I think they got down here at a reasonable time. We saw when we first arrived down here, they were already shooting about, getting some hoops up before Cardiff Met even got a chance to warm up. So I don't think that will play into it too much, but we're in for a big, great game between two good teams anyway, regardless. So we'll see what this has to hold for us.
Yeah, Archers Arena falls silent for the time being. The coaches, Steph Collins for Cardiff Met and Lee Davey for Durham, just getting through their final preparations for this evening. As you mentioned, Lee Davey had his team out, kitted up and passing the ball around very early on before the Cardiff Met players had even arrived in Archers Arena. So they're right up for this one. And we'll slowly see the teams make their way out. Your starting 5s for this afternoon then. You've got number 2, Abigail Juncker, the Ohio-born guard for Cardiff Met. Number 7, Laura Habling. Number 21, Caitlin Reed. And Jenna Hoschauer and Hayley Saray make up the final 2, the guard and forward there. For Durham then, this this afternoon, we've got number 3, Ellie Hendershot, number 4, Sophie Klassen, 7, Katie Bennett, 11, Izzy Wood, and finally, last but not least, number 30, Vicky Duru. 2 strong sides starting this one, Will.
Two strong sides here today, Matt.
Yeah,
coming out onto the court now.
Yeah, what do you make of the lineup for Cardiff Met today then, Will? As we say, we saw a little bit of Hayley Saray in the pre-match there, a short VT about the California-born forward. Is she an exciting player you're looking out for this evening?
Oh, yeah, of course, especially we got a couple of players here for the Archers to play on the weekend as well in basketball in the BBL. Hayley Saray being one of them, scoring 28 points on the weekend against Durham. Got 12 rebounds as well.
Yeah, as tip-off gets the game underway, and it's Katie Bennett who has the ball in hand early on. You mentioned there Hayley Saray playing in the weekend, the WBBL. It was Cardiff Met against Durham in that. Slightly different squads as the first chance falls Durham's way, but it's picked up well by the aforementioned Saray. Ball back into her hands now. Cardiff Met look to apply some early pressure. Here's Juncker, drives into the key. Short, sharp pass into Laura Hablane, but nothing given. And it's her opposite number, Katie Bennett, who makes her way up the court. Under the basket there, and it's beautifully finished by Hendershot. First points on the board go Durham's way, and it's 2-0, Will Hellerman.
You see Cardiff Met bringing the ball now. Can they respond quickly to Durham's first points on the board?
Yeah, looking to respond through Abigail Juncker, just about retains possession and finds Caitlin Reid. Now back out to Saray as the shot clock just about counting down. And Duru makes her way back up the court. A frantic start, a fast-paced start, as it always is with these two teams.
It'll be interesting to see what we expect from Durham now at the beginning of this first quarter. Playing in a different conference against different sort of opposition, we know what to kind of expect from Cardiff Met. The only team they've seemed to drop points from this so far this season is Essex, with not lost at all this season. So it'll be interesting now to see how they come up against teams who are also good like Durham.
Yeah, you mentioned their different conferences. Might be handy for the viewers at home who don't know this. The two teams across the UK, they're split into a North and South Division, as the shot clock times out there. North and South Division, Cardiff Met are in the Southern Prem, Durham in the Northern Prem. This, of course, being the National Championship. The two divisions collide, and this is the first time they'll have played each other. Cardiff Met finishing in second in their league. Durham, similar record, third in their tier. Spoke to Cardiff Met coach Steph Collins before the game. She was confident. Beth Jones was confident. Will Hellerman, do you think the Archers have a right to be confident? This is a great three.
Cardiff Met get their first 3 points on the board.
Yeah, Laura Hablin, no messing around from the forward there. Superb basket. Chance of defense from the Archers faithful. Plenty of fans in the arena tonight.
Sort of felt the whole place lift for a second there as Archers get their first points on the board for this game.
Yeah, now it's Hoshower, the tricky Hoshower. Here she is again. Another 3 attempts, just short by Reid, and Hendershot will make her way up the court. Sharp into Bennett. Bennett over the top, Wood. Back into Hendershot. Now to Duru. Takes her. Nothing but net from Duru. Lovely finish from the Durham guard.
Building upon what you said earlier, Matt, the winner of this game will play either Edinburgh or Loughborough. So both teams very difficult to play against.
Yeah, it's a huge quarter-final here. Of course, every team's difficult to play against as you get into the last sort of 16 in these quarterfinals. The best teams across Britain taking part. We've got Edinburgh in Scotland, we've got Cardiff Met down in Wales, and of course, all the others from England. So it's a strong bracket, this top half of the bracket. As we say, Loughborough and Edinburgh will tip off later this evening. We'll find out the winner of this game before then. As the foul is called, the winner of this game and the winner of Loughborough and Edinburgh face each other for a spot in the final. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves because still plenty of time. We're only 3 minutes in and there's all to play for at Archers Arena.
Durham sink the shot and now line up to make it a 3-point play. And they do.
Yeah, superb finish from Hendershot. Another 3 points on the board for Durham. Our free throw is going to be important tonight, Will?
Oh yeah, of course. Especially when you have two really good teams that come up against each other. You normally find that the difference between the two teams is lying in the fouls.
Oh. Another three from Habling. Sorry to interrupt you there, Will, but the place rises to its feet again for that woman, Laura Habling.
You can see the atmosphere in this place. Every time Archers does something good.
Yeah, it's echoing around the arena as in we come. Another 2 points on the counter for Hoschauer.
If Archers can take advantage of every sort of time that the crowd gets behind them.
Oh, but it's a good comeback there from Izzy Wood. Crucial 2 points for her. Just taking the wind out of the Cardiff Met sails. Hoschauer pauses just over halfway to feed Juncker. Abigail Juncker had a strong season so far, and she's won another foul there.
Every time Archers get any sort of buckets on the board, the whole crowd here seems to erupt. If Archers can use that whole momentum that they get from the sort of crowd, then hopefully that'll push them forward on and get them the lead here against Durham.
Yeah, Ella Jones, before the game, we saw her speaking to Sol Minty Walker as Juncker nails another three for Cardiff Met. That's already 9 points from outside the perimeter. Superb work from the home team this evening. And again, that fantastic crowd are up on its feet. We spoke with Sol Minty Walker before the game, another member of the Cardiff Met basketball family. He spoke about how important the crowd are, how important it is to get everyone involved. See, it is really a big family here at Archers basketball. A lot of the men's side come down to watch the women, and we see that tonight, Will. Yeah,
we got quite a good turnout down here today, Matt. It's quite a fast-paced sport, basketball. So when you can get the sort of crowd behind you, it kind of builds up with the tempo of the game.
Yeah, and you can hear that crowd making noise as Klassen sinks her first free throw, even. And it'll be Klassen again to make it 2 from 2. Yeah, doesn't get put off by the drum in the crowd. Another 2 points on the board for Durham as Hoschauer leads the counter-attack. Molly James off the bench and straight into the action, finds Juncker. And Juncker to Beth Jones. Beth Jones playing in her 7th quarter-final tonight. And now Juncker for 3 again. Off the rim.
Durham trying to play a little bit higher now to stop Cardiff Met from shooting these 3-pointers.
How's that going to change the Cardiff Met approach, do you think, Will? Is that going to make it more difficult for them?
Oh, no. If anything, it'll probably work into their favour. They just haven't been given the sort of looks yet close to the basket that they've been looking for, and have just been pulling up with these open 3-point shots that they've made and punished Durham for early on.
Yep, so we see another change for Durham. It's Hendershot coming off, and Amelia Poujalon makes her way onto the court. A big presence, number 22, Poujalon. Perhaps looking to use her height advantage as the ball does find its way to Klassen. Now Duru. Not this time.
Cardiff Met needs to get a hold of the game a bit more here now. This is not the start they were sort of looking for. Durham have the ball in the end line.
Oh, it's quick play in and around the key from Durham, and they get the basket they deserve. It's Vicky Duru in the end who sinks the bucket, but as you mentioned, Cardiff Met just losing a grip of the game defensively, despite sinking many shots from distance.
They need to get a bit more composure about themselves now, and then put the game plan in place that Steph has organised for this game.
Yeah, we can see Steph Collins in the background of that shot. The Cardiff Met coach pulled them to a second-place finish this season, and they'll be hoping to go one better and finish top of the tree in the cup competition. As Molly James draws the foul.
It's aggressive defense from Durham here. If Archers can just get these sort of looks to the basket now, draw the foul, it'll be easy points from there.
Yeah, so Bianca from the sideline finds Hoshauer. Back out to James. Strong drive into the paint, but no. And here come Durham on the counter. It's number 7. It's Katie Bennett.
There's another foul given away by Cardiff Met.
A necessary foul in that moment?
I think it was unnecessary. It's only one Durham playing going forward, multiple players back. They need to calm down the fouls a bit more here and start getting a bit more composure about themselves.
What do you think Steph Collins will be saying to those girls on the bench who might be coming on to make an impact?
Calm yourselves down, focus on the game plan at hand, and everything will fall into place.
Spoken like a man who's played in many losing matches before there, Will. You've been here, you've been under the cosh.
Well, Cardiff Met have proved themselves a decent team, so they know that the players that they've got here are very much capable of winning a game. All they need to do is stick to the plan that they've already drawn up, and if they can keep their composure, there's no reason why they can't go on and win this game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. With just over 4 minutes to play in this quarter, Hayley Saray has the ball in hand. The Archers 4 points down, 4 minutes to play. Movements on the outside from Jones, from Juncker, from James. Here she is. Molly James has the ball taken off her by Duru.
That's great defense from Durham yet again.
Yeah, Duru really putting her mark on the game. As Hendershot finds herself beneath the basket, Duru, can she get the rebound? Not quite. It's messy, it's scrappy, but it's points on the board for Durham.
Cardiff Met coming the other way now.
Yeah, Hoshauer leading a fast, frantic counter-attack. She wants the points back. She wants to get the Archers back into this game.
Molly James trying to take the initiative here and force something.
Yeah, Molly James, a strong player. And it's Beth. Ooh. It was Hayley Saray who went for 3. Off the rim in the end. As the ball trickles out of play. And the Archers will look to once again come forward.
Duru's been quite a peripheral figure so far for this Durham team, getting a lot of rebounds. So now that you've just seen her come off the court, you need to think who in the Cardiff Met team is going to sort of chase these rebounds now that the player who's getting a lot of rebounds for the Durham team has just come off.
Yeah, who would you look towards in these situations, Will?
Well, Hayley Saray's a good shout. We've seen her get 12 rebounds on the weekends in the BBL.
And there she is, Hayley Saray with the rebound. It's as if you know what you're talking about, Will Halleman. Hayley Saray coming out of nowhere to grab another 2 points on the board for the girls in Burgundy. Superb play from the American.
Is it now? Can Cardiff Met get a grip of this game?
Yeah, here's James looking to do exactly that. Now Hoshauer as the shot clock ticks down, but the ball doesn't go down. Another missed opportunity for the hosts. Oh, and there's another rebound by Klassen. Chased hard by Juncker, but not to be.
This sort of feels like the difference between the two teams right now is rebounds.
Yeah, how important are rebounds then tonight, Will Halleman? In a game like this, a game this tense, a game this close with so much riding on it, how important are those key moments under the basket? Extremely important, of course.
If you're putting up shots and you're missing, you're also getting a second chance to put another shot away. Tight. So we have timeout now.
Yeah, looks like we have a timeout called. Both teams just going over respective tactics with 2 minutes left on the clock. Will Lee Davey, Durham head coach, be the happier of the two?
Oh yeah, definitely, of course. I think the game plan he's put into place so far has worked perfectly for him. Cardiff Met now need to go and look at what has happened so far and think how we're going to get our own sort of grip from the game, because they've given away a lot of possession of the ball every time they go forward. They can't, every time Durham seemed to go forwards and take a shot. They seemed to have a second chance at an easy shot in the paint. Overall, Durham and Lee Davey will definitely be the happier of the two. But it's not over yet. It's a 6-point game. Cardiff Met have got another 3 quarters and the end of this quarter still to make up on this deficit. As somebody who's not a basketball person yourself, what do you think of the game so far, Matt?
Yeah, well, it's frantic. It's end-to-end, as all basketball games are, of course. It seems to be Cardiff Met have been clinical from outside the three-point line. We've seen at least 3 threes make it already, but it's just when they're driving into the key, it's just those layups, and as you mentioned, the rebound's so important. Durham seem to have got the upper hand on that one, and, well, they've got the upper hand on the scoreline as well.
Yeah, I just don't think Cardiff Met have managed to actually break down this Durham defence that well so far. And that's when we've, of course, seen the 3 3-pointers that they've sank so far. But Cardiff Met moving up with the ball now, so we can see if Steph Collins has managed to write anything down now that will hopefully help them break down this Durham team.
Yeah, a couple changes. Taylor Lambert's come
Great
onto the pitch.
shot by Saray.
There it is. Hayley Saray finds another 3. That's 4 for the Archers. 3 points on the board. That they wanted those early on. And Durham come back with 2 of their own. Looks like it may have just been inside the 3-point line. The crowd didn't realise, and neither did we in the commentary booth. Might have just only been 2 from Hayley Saray moments ago. Now it's Katie Bennett looking to make things tick. Fires out wide to Moran. Oh, Ellie Moran. That's 3. That's 3 for Moran. That's 3 for Durham. She says, Hayley Saray, that's how it's done.
Durham have stretched the Cardiff Met defence really well so far in this first quarter, which Cardiff Met have kind of failed to do. The Durham defence have locked down Cardiff Met extremely well this quarter so far, I think.
Yeah, we see Laura Hablin, a second-year psychology student, just missed that one. Katie Bennett once again controlling proceedings for the visitors. She finds herself on the ball. She finds herself shooting and doesn't find herself 2 points to the good. As Hoshauer drives at speed. Hoshauer drives with pace. And the shot comes in. Not quite for Taylor Lambert. Hendershot wide. Oh, little fake, little jink. But no big 3. A real transitional game at the moment, Will. End to end.
Yeah, Cardiff Met are trying to force a play now and get some quick buckets now before the quarter ends. Can they do it here?
No, not quite. And that's the end of the first quarter. Cardiff Met 15, Durham 24. Will Hellerman, a frantic start to that one.
It's been quite end-to-end now towards the end of this quarter. But Durham have still come up with the better of the 2. Cardiff Met now will be looking to see what they can sort of do in this second quarter to get back at this now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Will. And I'm delighted to say, joining us up in the commentary box for this intermission, I'm joined by Cardiff Met Basketball Academy coach Jude Williams. Jude, welcome along.
That's me. Hi. Hello, everyone. Yeah, nice to be here. I'm excited.
Good man. So, your analysis of the game so far, we see the scoreline there, 24-15. The Archers are behind by 9.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the game?
Really, really fast-paced game so far. Really nice to see everyone getting down the floor in transition. Problem for us, Hayley in foul trouble early. So she got 2 fouls there, came off for a little bit. One of our bigs, major threat inside for us. But she came back in towards the end there, didn't get another foul, which is great. Yeah, just fast-paced game. I'm excited for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's really been a good one so far, Jude. You've been involved, obviously, in and around the Cardiff Met basketball setup for a while now. You know these coaches, you know these players. What do you think of the messages? We're only a quarter in, of course, still plenty of time to go. What do you think of the sort of messages Steph Collins will be giving her team?
I mean, down 9 is not something you need to worry about straight away. That's definitely doable. I think if we get anywhere close to 15-20, then we're going to have to start changing our game plan a bit. But I think for now, she'll be in the huddle saying, guys, just think about what we've done throughout this week now in training. Stick to our game plan. Let's run our plays and let's get some good looks and some stops on defense.
And are there any players you're looking to for this next quarter to bring the Archers back into it?
We've got Taylor coming in now. Taylor's a great 3-point shooter from the outside, so a couple of open looks for Taylor would be great. get her on the ball. I'd like to see Hayley get a couple possessions in the post maybe, let her go to work down there. Yeah, I'm not sure, just keep playing how we're doing, push the ball in transition, try to catch these guys off guard.
Absolutely. And for Durham, anything you're worried about there? We've seen they've been quite strong on rebounds at the moment.
They are, yeah, you can see they're a big team. They've got quite a lot of length to them. Number 3 here, down here on the low block. She's causing us some trouble. And also, what number is she? Number 30.
Oh, as a 3 is made! You called it, Jude.
I told you guys, I told you Taylor, she's a sharpshooter.
Taylor Lambert, the second-year psychology student, makes a 3-point shot. Fantastic work from her.
Look at that.
Well, Jude, I'll let you get back into the stands. I see you've got your drinks with you. You're enjoying it this evening.
Mate. I'm excited. Don't tell my coaching I've had a pint already. All right.
I won't. Jude, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Cheers.
As we welcome Will Hellerman back into the commentary box. Interesting to hear from someone involved in the Archers setup, his analysis. Very similar to yours, Will. A bit more technical, of course. Excited to see Taylor Lambert come on, was Jude. And, well, he was right to say that. Taylor Lambert sinking a 3 early on in this quarter.
It'd be nice to see what she brings to the game now. Taylor Lambert, second-year psychology student here at Cardiff Met.
Yeah, plenty of psychology students actually amongst the team, so perhaps a lot of cohesion on and off the pitch. We've got 3 students, Taylor Lambert, Lara Habling, and Molly James, all second years, all study psychology at the university. Perhaps that could play into proceedings. They know each other so well on and off of the court.
Oh yeah, if you're doing all these assignments together and all of that.
Yeah, staying up late, cramming for essays, or not doing any work as my co-commentator Will Hellerman sometimes does. Oh, but it's Abigail Juncker putting in the work right now. A huge shot. Only 2 points, her feet just inside.
But maybe only 2 points, but it's definitely getting this crowd a bit more going now.
Yeah, gets the crowd going, gets the team going, gets her going, of course. She'll be feeling it now. She'll be in the groove. Abigail Juncker, a favourite at Cardiff Met Sport TV. We've spoken to her many times. The Ohio-born guard, master's student, but it's Durham who seem to have mastered the scoring so far in this one. They score another 2 points to put them 12 ahead.
Durham have just been a bit more ruthless, especially going towards the basket. It seems like every time they go towards the basket, they get either a layup or an easy rebound into an easy shot. Cardiff Met definitely seem to be struggling more of the 2 teams so far.
Yeah, a couple changes for Cardiff Met, perhaps looking to rectify those problems. James back on. Looks like Lambert may have gone off.
Well, we know the threat that Molly James, for example, as well. They're composed on a 3-point line. Cardiff Met need to start getting these points inside the key, though, as well, and not just rely on these sort of points that come from the perimeter.
Oh, it's poor hands from Habling. Looked like the Archers could have been building something, and that's how you do it, says Ellie Hendershot. Great hands inside the key.
It seems like every time Durham are going towards the basket so far, they're taking 2 points with them. Cardiff Met need to follow suit and stop turning over the ball.
Yeah, they're making it look easy at the moment. And Cardiff Met making 3 points look very tricky indeed, as they keep going for them and keep missing. As Hayley Soray wins the rebound. Could this be a change in pace of the game? The tide is against them at the moment, but it's Abigail Juncker. Misses another.
It's the sort of problem you have when you take a lot of low percentage shots compared to a team who are taking high percentage shots. If you're not making these low percentage 3-pointers, and then the other team are going along the other side of the court and hitting these high percentage shots, you're going to get punished. The scoreline is going to increase very quickly.
Yeah, you see Hablin there picking up a rebound too. More of that, says the Archers crowd as they chant defense, and defense is what we see, but a rousing chant from the Archers faithful as the referee gives the foul against Laura Habling.
We can certainly hear what the Archers fan base think of that call.
Yeah, we've got see on the screen, we've got fans with hands on their heads. They can't believe what they're seeing. I'm not sure Steph Collins can believe what she's seeing.
Dan Flaherty didn't look too happy with that one.
Yeah, Archers men's star Dan Flaherty in attendance tonight. Great to see so many of the basketball team, the basketball family here at Cardiff Met supporting each other.
It's like you said earlier, all the sort of teams here at Cardiff Met, it's like a one big family. Everyone sort of supports each other, and it also leads to a great atmosphere here when teams like these play these big games.
Yeah, so many fans in the crowd this evening, having a drink, having a good time, and hopefully walking away with smiles on their faces. Cardiff Met wins what they're looking for, that's for sure. But Durham will not give it away easily.
Durham inbound the ball.
Yeah, Bennett will get us back underway. Finding a way. Back to Duru now. Hendershot, who's been so good so far this game. Misses that one though. Rebound's going to be key. Rebound is retained by Cardiff Met. Here they come. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Abigail Younker's got to make it count. Lays it off to Saray and does not find the 2 points. Here comes Duru. And she misses as well.
It's excellent feat by Duru. It's a shame she couldn't get the finish for her team.
Yeah, tussle for the ball. Cardiff Met emerge with possession. Younker, misser of the aforementioned shot. Back in possession, out to James. James looks to drive. Stopped well by a strong wave of purple. Shot clock, 1 second left. And no, it's short from Saray.
This Durham defence is playing really well in this game so far. Can they lock out the Cardiff Met faithful for another quarter?
What makes this defence so good from Durham then, Will?
Well, we just saw then the double team that they did, and Cardiff Met are just struggling to get any sort of decent look at the basket and having to force up these shots quickly before the shot clock runs out.
Yeah, Caitlin Reid taking charge of the attack, finds Younker. And we'll see some more of that aforementioned Cardiff Met defence. Will it be another 3 attempt? It will. And another time a chance goes begging.
See, this Durham defence plays like a proper strong defensive unit. They all move together and shift together from the help line every time somebody looks to be beat.
Yeah, Lee Davey got to be happy with what he's seen from his side. So it looks like a change has been made for Cardiff Met. Just while Pujalon takes these free throws, I believe it's Jenna Hoschauer. May have looked to have picked up an injury, nursing her wrist or perhaps elbow on the sidelines. That's going to be a huge miss for Cardiff Met if she can't continue.
We know that Jenna Hoschauer can bring something to this team. Every single player in this Cardiff Met team is very good at basketball.
Pujalon doesn't make the second. James for 3. Not this time. Seem to have lost their magic touch from beyond the arc. Duru, great feat again. And Duru finds another 2 points. She's been impressive so far this evening, that's for sure.
I feel like she's been a big part of this Durham team so far, Matt. It seems like every time they get a good offense, it's coming through her.
Yeah, she's been really impressive. Saray looks to bounce back.
And
there's a 3. Hayley Saray stamps her authority on this one. Another 3 from the Californian-born archer. Caitlin Reid dives on the ball and draws the foul, but nope, travel given. She's not happy with that. Not happy at all. Talk us through that one, Will. A little bit of a mix-up, perhaps.
It seemed like the ref called a travel there. Just a bit too much movement on the floor, I think.
Back on the sidelines, Cantor, if you just focus on the sidelines, maybe.
Yeah, Hoschauer still hasn't returned to the court. Could be an injury that may keep her out for the rest of the game. The Archers will hope not. We, of course, at Cardiff Sport TV hope not as well. But there's another three, and it's that woman once again. It's Katie Bennett. She's been so impactful in this game so far on attack and defense.
Cardiff Met trying to look to narrow this lead from Durham.
Oh, it's another miss.
It just doesn't seem to be going right for them today, Matt, at the minute.
Yeah.
Going in.
Yeah, you see the grimace on Abigail Junker's face when she missed that too. And that's how you do it. Bennett goes down the other end and does what Junker can't. She drives into the paint, she sidesteps, she sinks a layup. Another 2 points for Durham and no points for Cardiff Met in that swing of play.
Well, that's just been the sort of difference between the games, the two teams so far. One's been extremely ruthless under the basket, whereas the other hasn't. And as long as Durham keep the game they're playing so far, they're just going to keep stretching their lead ahead of the Archers.
Yep, Lee Davey, probably the most happy of the coaches, that's for sure. We see him here giving his team a little pep talk. Keep doing what you're doing, I can imagine is what are the words coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, they haven't seemed to put much feet out wrong, to be honest, Stu. Whereas Cardiff Met need to implement a couple more things into their game now. They need to stretch the floor a bit more on offense. They've done well to try they're trying to stop these fast breaks sort of from Durham by dictating the tempo when they get the ball on offense. But it just hasn't quite fallen into place for them so far. So Steph Collins will be now saying to their team, how are we going to stop this sort of Durham team from getting these easy looks at the basket, good help defense, and start burying your easy points into the rim.
Well, we'll find out because there's 3.5 minutes left in this second period. Cardiff Met find themselves 17 points down. They've got to start turning it around quick. There's still plenty of time, but this game does look to be slipping away from them slowly, but surely.
A 17-point lead for Durham.
Yeah, it's big, Will. It could get worse. Cardiff Met will try and keep it as minimal as possible. They need to find a way back into this game. Abigail Junker will be the woman trying to get that scoreline down. And here she finds herself under the basket. And here she finds herself sinking a basket. Another 2 points for Junker. What a pass that was, I believe, from Molly James.
That was a great look from Molly James, picking up an open player from into the basket. And now they've took the 2 points and have been sent to the free throw line to get another.
Yeah, potential for a 2+1. It'll be Junker. She enjoys these situations. She's good from the free throw line. A few bounces of the ball. Oh, and it comes out. That's unlike her. Could be a huge point because Durham have capitalised and given themselves 2. And, well, not the start from the timeout Cardiff Met were looking for. It seemed to be going all their way.
Cardiff Met to swing the ball a little bit quicker here. There we go. Hayley Saray again with the three.
Hayley Saray, my word. Putting on a clinic from the 3-point line. But Will, they have to be strong in defence now. They're making those shots. They have to block the oppositions.
This is the sort of thing I was on about earlier. Dude just got another rebound here. Cardiff Met need to stop Durham from getting these easy offensive rebounds. That's a quick way to lose a game of basketball, to giving up easy offensive rebounds to the other team. Get a hold of your own defensive rebounds, and then Cardiff Met can start to build their way back into this game.
Molly James will look to drive. Finds her way. It was Habling who went for the shot, but it was Habling who missed. And Duru will control proceedings for the visitors in those yellow shoes of hers. She's really lit up the court, that's for sure.
I think so as well, Matt.
And it's down. Hendershot again.
It's a great look yet again by Durham. It's like what I said earlier, easy points under the rim. Yeah, high percentage looks. You're not likely to miss them. And over time, they sort of add up. They're your friend, your ally, rather than taking these 3-point looks that you're only going to make 4 in every 10, 3 in every 10.
Yeah, it'll be Hendershot from the free throw line. She's been excellent so far this game. She won a lot of rebounds, Will. I know we keep mentioning rebounds, we keep talking about their importance, but they are important. And Hendershot sinks another point for the visitors. She's been excellent defensively, she's been excellent offensively.
We mentioned the rebounds being important. It's kind of been the staple in this game so far. The fact that Durham have been so clear at grabbing the rebounds over this Cardiff Met team. It's kind of given them the edge that they've sort of needed to take this 15-point lead, 17-point lead that they're currently at.
Oh, that's wide, very wide from Moran. A slight opening perhaps for Cardiff Met then. They need to make this count. The shot clock resets as they make their way down the court. Here's Saray. James is in space. James 1v1. Finds Habling. Habling drives. Habling shoots. Habling misses.
Cardiff Met really need to start getting some points on the board here. They're getting left behind slowly. Every time, as far as the game goes on, it's getting further and further, the gap between the two teams.
Over the top to Saray. And a push given by the ref. Lee Davey not happy with that one on the sidelines, but a push has been given. We'll try and work out who it was given against. You can see in the crowd, Danny Milton's made an appearance. That is Director of Rugby here at Cardiff Met. He's in attendance supporting the Archers. Always great to see important members, big members of the Cardiff Met family coming down to watch other sporting stars. No rugby on this afternoon, and it's good to see he's getting involved. That's Archers Arena.
Speaking of the rugby earlier, we were supposed to have the women's rugby play. However, due to weather conditions, we've seemed to have a game called off and moved to a later date.
Yeah, it was Durham. The visitors were supposed to come down and play the rugby as well. So it's just the one fixture against Durham for Cardiff Met today. A long journey, but no tired legs on the court for the girls in purple by the looks of things. They're playing a fantastic game of basketball, but that's fantastic basketball from Lara Hablin. The forward dancing her way through the defence of Durham.
Absolutely stunning from Laura Hablin.
And another foul given. Looks like it was against Klassen. Looks like it could have been Habling. And no complaints from either side. A clear foul, Will?
Yeah, clear foul for me here. Cardiff Met seem to be struggling to hold this Durham team. Durham, the more I look at this team now, I realise the height that Durham sort of have over the Cardiff Met team. I don't think Cardiff Met are a particularly small team by any means, but this Durham team's got a lot of height for them.
Yeah, and well, everyone's tall to me, Will, but I must agree. We spoke to a few of the players before the game, one of which, Amelia Poujalon, and yeah, towering presence underneath the basket, number 22 for Durham.
You're looking at most people who aren't you, Matt?
And that's why I'm not out on the court, Will.
Cardiff Met now with a 14-point deficit to try and make up.
3 seconds left. Junker's got to be quick. Junker drives. Junker shoots. Junker scores. Superb play from the guard. My word, what an end to the period that was for Cardiff Met. Superb play from the forward.
Well, that's exactly the sort of looks that Cardiff Met have been struggling to get all game. And Abigail comes through and gets an easy basket through Durham defence.
Yeah, could be a huge couple of points for Cardiff Met. They now trail by 12 as half-time makes its way onto our screens. The teams go back into the changing rooms. And well, Will, sum up that first half quickly for us.
Well, Durham is still obviously going to be the happier of the two teams. Cardiff Met now need to go back into the change room and have a good debate on how they're going to lock up this Durham team, who have been quite ruthless on offense so far. Other side of the court, Durham have been also really good on defence. So Steph Collins needs to have this sort of discussion now on what sort of plays they're going to draw up to break down the Durham defence, who have been a really strong collective unit so far for the first 2 quarters, Matt.
Yeah, well, it's not just been the Archers women in action over the last month. The men have been involved in basketball as well, especially in the BWNL. And we heard from Dan Flaherty.
I'm Dan Flaherty. This is mic'd up. Yes, sir. Good pass, boy. No need. Green still, green still, green still. Good pass, boy.
You know what I mean? Like, we can completely destroy.
Yeah.
Get the advantage all the time.
If we're both in and both doing that, that's sick.
How many times have you heard me give that speech over the last 2 years? Probably like 150 times. Same broken record, just go round and round and round.
I mean, I try to do it, James. I try to get it done. Because I missed the 3. How many times have you done that? I don't want to hear that from you, actually. Missed a foul 90 feet away from the cup. Come on now. Backboard for you. Say no more. I'm being a merchant today. Whoa. One more, fellas. Come on. Come on. Absolute layup right there, baby. Come on. I'm not. This is a hard game not to make mistakes. Overthinking stuff, yeah. That's just tough.
I guess okay, but not with 20 minutes.
Hitting them today, baby. That's me. Me. Go play, boy.
And what a great video that was. Amazing from Dan there. I am now joined though by Pete Walker, a basketball player himself. Talk me through the first half. Interesting first half?
The score isn't desirable, being only down 12. We did bring it back, which is good, but it's definitely like we pick up on defensive end especially. I think if we get a couple more stops, we can get our shooters open, and then I think we'll be running from there.
Yeah, and you just said there now, shooters open, everything. I was about to ask you, what do you think they should then improve then going into the second half?
100%. I think defensively, recognising the threats. So 3 has having a good game, 30 is also having a good game as well. So recognising threats in that kind of sense. Also, reducing our turnovers, looking after the ball. So when we have it, we can get into our sets and get good shots, not just okay ones because the shot clock's running out.
Yeah, and obviously it's not all negative here. What did they do that's good and they should just keep going?
When we were organised, I think we were good. I think when we started getting into our pick and roll actions and all that kind of stuff, we will get shooters open, got people in closeouts, so we can get people like Abby has having a good shooting game. So getting people like her involved is important.
And do you know what? I was hearing you from the side. You probably need to listen to these guys as well, maybe. Go shout in the defence. I was shouting it with you. I think we all were. Obviously, looking back at that video now, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's all over our social media. So if you haven't seen it, take a look at it. Dan is mic'd up.
Yes.
How much of an asset is he as a captain as well and coming back to play?
Oh, he's huge. We weren't expecting him to be back this year, but then certain circumstances happened and he's back, which has been huge for the team. Both as a leader, but also as a scoring threat. He can put the ball in the hoop, he can play defense, he's an all-rounder. So it's been huge. And it's been nice as one of the younger guys being able to learn from him as well, which has been appreciated a lot.
And obviously, you were there when we filmed that for the BWNL. How is it like, balancing that competition with BUCS in the programme?
So we got BUCS, we've got BWNL, and we've also got NBL as well. So we play in 3 leagues. I play with Dan along all 3. It is tough, in regards to volume. Playing every weekend, playing on Wednesdays, it can get a lot, but more basketball the better in that kind of sense. Being able to play, being able to learn from each other. It also means that our chemistry can grow because we have more opportunities to get on court. And he's an absolute workhorse, so he gets through it somehow.
And of course, like you said, a close team. I don't think it would be a close team without obviously a really good coach, which is James Dorr, obviously playing a really high level. I did ask Sol this before the first half started. Just want your view on it. How is it like, being coached under him?
Oh, it's great. So I've been fortunate enough to have him for a while. So I've been going through the academy system of Archers. So I've had him since I was about 14. I've learned so much more as a mentor. He's just a smart mind of the game. He understands basketballs. He understands how to get offenses running, and as a player as well, he's a bona fide point guard. So he's used to setting people up, getting things running. So he brings that a lot into his coaching, and he's not one of those coaches that shouts at you. He listens to you and is very direct, but in a good way.
Yeah, he helps you out and he tells you what you need to know, isn't
100%.
it? And obviously, as I mentioned, you guys are shouting from the sidelines there to help the girls here on the court. Does that go both ways? How close are you as a community?
Oh, we're really tight. Because we know that we need the support and they need the support as well. So we help each other out on that. You see it through the entire BUCS system. So we've got, in the crowd today, we've got all guys from first, second, thirds coming to support, because we know it's important and it's part of being a good club and part of being part of what we call Archers family. So that's important.
Yeah, of course. Again, a huge side. Like most of the teams on King Coin campus, huge teams, many teams in one community.
100%.
Before the second half starts, what do you think is going to happen? Any predictions?
Well, hoping that we come back into it. I think our most important thing is just getting back to what we know we're good at, like getting shooters open and just clawing away from this deficit. Like if we just keep going, we hopefully we'll see something good.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Pete. So we now are going to turn to the rugby. As I mentioned before, we're not filming the rugby right now, but we do have a video with talking about two teammates. We have two very close teammates, just to see how well they actually know each other.
Oh,
Jim.
Johnson. I thought Jim would make a lot more sense, but I was thinking like, oh, going out, partying, dancing. I don't know why I'm saying that, but.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, try! Danai.
Rosie
Oh.
Carr. I would say like, I would say that
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
a few. Could have been Molly Reid as well.
Molly.
Christmas class.
I said extra more, me and Bob.
Have you seen that clip? Nicole tried to get involved in a mall but didn't do anything and just put her hand there, and then she got flung the other
Not
side.
only was that a funny moment, but we did win. That was like the last player of the season. Because of me,
Because
I
of
think.
you,
My
you
hand,
won
I
that
had
game.
the magic finger.
I think it's like this.
Heidi's.
Oh, we spelled it the same.
Oh, good. I just know she's not going to get it right.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, dolphin.
Dolphin.
Oh, you did. I knew.
Both spelled dolphin wrong.
Is there no E? Dolphin. She likes a dolphin.
I love a dolphin.
Obviously, we've never played against each other, so that was a different experience. You had some of the girls making jokes, like, oh, like, you're going to smash her, like, what's going to happen? But no, I think when it comes to it, you don't really think about stuff like that. You just think about the game and result and what's going to happen.
I think I thought about it more because obviously a lot of the girls in the Brython were from Met, and like the only team I have played for in Wales is Cardiff Met. So like there was a lot of thought going into the game. But like in my head, I was just like, don't let her run past you because they'll probably say something.
Because I am in my last year now, I obviously want to just play as much BUCS rugby as I can.
And I think
Enjoy your last
also,
year
yeah,
together.
I think also to like potentially get to the finals or like that would be a massive like way to leave Met. Yeah.
Just good luck and go out there and give it your best.
Give your 100%, go out there and smash it.
Great stuff from Seren Singleton and Nicole Marlowe there. Two of the stars of Cardiff Met Archers women's rugby team. Seren as well, gone out recently to Dubai with the Sevens. Two fantastic players and great to see them off the pitch. Great friends as well there. Unfortunately, their game against Durham was called off, as we mentioned, just re-informing the viewers. That was called off because of the weather. Durham didn't make the trip down, but Durham basketball did make the trip down, Will Hellerman. They're back out on the court, they're warming up. Tip-off for the second half is soon to be underway. What are you looking forward to for this next period?
Well, I'm hoping that Cardiff Met come out the gates a bit quicker now. We can see them warming up over here, and they seem to be making a lot of shots. So hopefully now they've got more into their groove, and in this third quarter they can make this the deficit a little bit smaller and ease their way slowly back into this game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. Tip-off is slowly getting closer and closer. Plenty of shots being made in the warm-up, though, by both teams. They're looking sharp coming out of the changing rooms.
Having a look back on the first quarter here, Durham scored 11 second chance points so far in this game in comparison to Cardiff Met's 4. So that kind of tells you where we kind of sit in the game so far. Durham are getting a lot of these second looks from their original misses, whereas Cardiff Met seem to be only putting up their original shots, and then Durham going down the other way and sort of getting their own sort of chances up.
Yeah, the thing that stands out for me is points in the paint. You see, Durham, we've got the stats here. We don't have them up on screen, but Durham made 34 from inside the key. Cardiff only making 14. That's a huge difference. That's over double. And we spoke about the importance of those consistent twos. Yes, you can make threes. Yes, you can shoot from deep and get the crowd off their feet. It looks good in the highlight reel, but at the end of the day, it's points that win matches. And the more twos you can get, just keep racking them up. Get those threes when you can, but you've got to keep racking up those twos.
That's precisely it, Matt. Durham getting these fast break points. 12 fast break points so far in this game in comparison to Cardiff's 4. That's the sort of game that Durham have been playing so far, getting these quick, fast looks just into the basket, and so far that's stretched them up their lead. That's stretched their lead further in comparison to Cardiff Met so far this evening.
Yeah, so Cardiff Met 12 points behind coming into the second half. They've only led the game by 1 point at any time. It's Durham have always been ahead. Their biggest lead was 17 points at one point, so Cardiff Met did well to pull it back. 5 points, bring it back to a 12-point game, but that's still big. We spoke to Jude Williams after the first quarter, the Cardiff Met Archers Basketball Academy coach. He said 9, he wasn't worried at that point. It's now 12, but we've had another 10 minutes on the clock. At what point do Cardiff Met start to worry?
So Cardiff Met need to sort of get a grip and win these last 2 quarters on their own. Don't worry about what's happened now. What's done is done. You need to now look forward and see what you can implement in the third and fourth quarter that's going to win you this game. We can see here that the threats for Durham in terms of points have been Ella Hendershot and Sophie Klassen. So if they can sort of find their way to null these 2 out of opposition, then Cardiff Met can go down the other end and get them to their big scorers like Surrey, Juncker, Habling, and see if they can win the game through that way.
Yeah, Hendershot, all her points coming from underneath the basket, all 16 of them. Well, 14 of course from underneath the basket, a couple of free throws mixed in there as well, but she's not a danger too much from outside the arc, but she has, we'll mention that word again, rebounds. She's won them all. She's so strong, Will. So strong under the basket.
29 rebounds for Durham as a whole in comparison to Cardiff Met's 16. That's a big difference so far in this game, and that's kind of been the story so far. If Cardiff Met can kind of box out and get these sort of rebounds, stop Durham from playing their own game. Cardiff Met have the home advantage here. They've got the crowd behind them whenever they get these easy buckets up. Implement your strategy, win your easy rebounds and score your easy points in the rim, and there's no reason why Cardiff Met can't win this game.
Yeah, you mentioned there 29 rebounds for Durham, 7 in total for Hendershot, only 16 for Cardiff Met as a whole. She's got almost 50% of Cardiff Met's entire rebound total by herself. The captain, Elle Hendershot, she's had a great game, and so has Vicky Daru. So those two will be looking to continue their good form. Daru looks like she won't be starting this period, but Hendershot, wearing number 3, towering above her teammates, does make her way onto the court. It looks like Jenna Hoschauer, I should say, has made her way back onto the court. She went off early in the second period with an injury. She's back on. That's got to be a positive for Cardiff Met.
It's great to see her. She's fine. It's exactly what Cardiff Met needs to get themselves back into this game.
And an early foul goes Durham's way.
Cardiff Met's worry here is the sort of lack of players that are winning rebounds. It seems like only Hayley Saray has been the one capable so far this game for Cardiff Met to get consistent rebounds from the shots put up. Someone else here, this Cardiff Met team, needs to step up.
Yeah, it goes down excellently by Klassen. 1 from 1. Can she make it 2 from 2 this period? No, here's the answer. Juncker steals the ball instead. Underarm to James, receives it back. 1-2 from number 2. Oh, and it's Saray overhead. The Archers bench her up on their feet. They thought it was in. No dice this time. And it's Wood. Finds Klassen. In the pink shoes. Driving inside. Klassen again. Off the backboard, and 2 points goes her way.
Cardiff Met can't fall into a spiral now here.
They've got to stay strong, Will. They've got to keep composure. They're going to drop a couple points here and there. Just don't let the game run away from them like they started to. As the ball goes overhead, kept in well by Bennett. And here comes number 11, Izzy Wood. It's short from her, so Molly James to Juncker to Caitlin Reid. Taking her time. Now finds James, who shoots for 3. Gotta be good. It is good. 3 points on the board. Fantastic finish from Archers number 5, Molly James.
That's an excellent free from Molly James.
Yeah, she gets her first 3 points of the evening. She had a couple goes to find her range, and third time lucky for Archers number 5. A high arcing shot from Katie Bennett. A hopeful shot.
Well, we can see that Durham are very much comfortable in any sort of range so far, so maybe she thought that she's practiced that in training. Why not throw it up and give it a go?
Yeah, she's got 3 points already to her name so far this game, or a 3-point shot, I should say. She's got 4 points to her name coming into this period. But yeah, that one wasn't to beat. I'm sure we'll see her go for it again. Perhaps Reid, but no.
Archers need to string together a few defensive stops here. Narrow that lead. Great rebound.
That's how you win a rebound, says Hayley Saray.
Doing what she does best. We see her do this all the time on the weekend as well for the BBL.
Yeah, for those at home who aren't aware, Cardiff Met Archers do play in the WBBL, the Women's National Basketball League. A slightly different team, of course. Doesn't have to be all students, unlike BUCS here this evening, but a strong team nevertheless. And Hayley Saray had a stormer of a weekend against Durham as well. It was on Saturday. And Hayley Saray finished up with 28 points and 12 rebounds that afternoon. She'll be looking for a similar score. A double-double perhaps would go well. Would go far in helping Cardiff Met get back into this one. Oh, good defense from Juncker, but it falls straight back into the hands of Klassen. Timeout called by Cardiff Met.
It's a step forward and 2 steps back for Cardiff Met at the minute.
Yeah, they were 12 points behind coming into this period. A couple threes, it was looking good, but they find themselves 16 points behind, just under 7 minutes on the clock. Cardiff Met do call the timeout. What do you think the key message will be?
They started off into that quarter quite well. I swear they got the points down to a 10-12 point lead at one point, but now it's gone back up to 16 again. So if Cardiff Met can keep plugging away, just keep narrowing it slowly. You don't need to make it 10 points all in this quarter. If you can just slowly bring it down, you can ease your way into this game. I've been quite impressed by Durham so far in this game so far, Matt. For a team that's
yeah, we see Durham head coach Lee Davey very animated moments ago. He's clearly not as happy as we thought he would be. 16 points ahead. Perhaps we thought he could have been a bit more relaxed, but no. He knows the importance of this. This is the national championship quarter-final. This is what they want to win. This is the big one. See them all come together. Duru in frame. She's been excellent. A place in the semis up for grabs. A place in the semis has not been confirmed by either team yet. The game's still in the balance. A place in the semis against Loughborough, Edinburgh. Two teams that battled so well in that Northern Conference. Loughborough won the Northern Conference, 10 games, 9 wins. Edinburgh did finish 5th, so no doubt Loughborough go into it favourites. But the one game Loughborough lost, it was to Edinburgh, Will. So that game will tip off later this evening. We don't know who it will be. We'll have to find out later on, but the winner of this one will be there, and the winner of this one could be Cardiff Met, could be Durham.
That kind of just shows the standard of all the teams, the level of all the teams. The fact that a team like Edinburgh, who are 3-7, have given Loughborough their only loss, and a team that is 4-6 in their own conference is beating Cardiff Met here, who are 6-2 and only lost to one team.
Yeah, as you say, shows the standard of British basketball going up and up year on year. Of course, there are influences. Of course, there are players from other countries. We see her on the ball now, Hayley Saray, born in California, come over to play at college level in this country, in Wales. Bringing that array of talent with her, the number 25.
Cardiff Met fans trying to get behind their team now.
Yeah, it's quick movement from Durham. It's quick passing, but the shot is snatched. And Derma Dakari makes her way up. It's a long-range effort from Saray. Doesn't find the basket, and Ellie Hendershot makes her way up the court. The danger woman, Ellie Hendershot, breaks into the paint. Finds the number 4, Sophie Klassen. Has to turn back. Good defense. Hendershot looks deep. Oh, it's great basketball. It's a great finish. It's a great 2 points for Durham. The girls in purple are happy with that one, that's for sure.
This Durham offense has been exceptional so far.
Oh, and speaking of exceptional, it's Captain Abigail Juncker sinking a 3. Oh, she steps out to try and win the ball off Durham, but can't quite. Oh, a little jink and a jive past Reed. Here come Durham. And the referee blows his whistle. What's the referee seen there, Will?
Reach and foul, it seems, as somebody's trying to come in and stop the shot from going up. Much better defense from Cardiff Met despite the foul, though. They just need to watch where their hands are going.
Yeah.
We saw them come into a little huddle, and I wonder what they're discussing.
Yep, so Klassen sinks the first one. We hear a little scream from the Archers crowd trying to put her off, but really in the zone. Not this time on the second one, though. Just 1 from 2 in that attempt. And Hoshauer makes her way up the court. A wave of the arm, dictating play, controlling play. It's Juncker now. What can she do? She can find Saray, that's for sure. Saray with a fake, Saray with a dribble, Saray with a shot, and Saray with 2 points. Standout Saray.
What a look by Hayley Saray.
Brings it back to a 14-point game. And the ball travels out of play. Looks like it will be a Durham ball. See number 3 for Cardiff Met, Derma Dakari, has made her way onto the court for the first time this game. So fresh legs, perhaps looking to inject some energy. A nightmare for commentators with that name, and hopefully trying to be a nightmare for Durham on the court. Oh, but a dreamy shot. No nightmare there from Klassen.
Despite the positives that are coming from this Durham offense, this coach still looks very stressed.
Yeah, and animated. Lee Davey on the side. As we mentioned, it's a big game, Will. There's lots riding on it. Shot clock ticks down. 5 left. Hayley Saray, little jinker jive. Comes out of the rim.
Hayley Saray really trying to take control here.
Yeah, trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck. They've worked so hard all season, Cardiff Met. They've worked for so long, but they're not working hard enough on the rebounds.
This is the sort of thing. 3 Archers players enter the basket, and they still get beat to the rebounds. You can't be letting that happen here.
No, and if they are to lose this one, it's going to be a key deciding factor. Oh, there's been a collision in the middle of the court. Looks like it was with Juncker, but she's back up. She's ready. She's chasing back. She can't make the tackle, though. Oh, it's great defense from Reed, but the foul's given. So Bennett will take the ball in her hands from behind the basket. It's an 18-point game. Slowly slipping away from Cardiff Met. 3.5 to go. Ball in play. Vicky Duru. One bounce, one shot. No. Derma Dakari makes her way up. Plays it into the hands of Juncker. A signal from her. A thumb up from Juncker. A signal perhaps. A play they have in mind. 8 on the shot clock. Hoshau's got to be quick. Ball now to Molly James. She's good from 3. Not good enough this time.
Durham defense is still coping with Cardiff Met extremely well.
Yeah, they've been excellent. And here's that woman again in the paint.
Cardiff Met
around
start
so
making
quick.
some more points here, or they're going to be in for a very tricky 4th quarter.
How close does this game need to be? Well, there's 18 in it at the moment.
You want to get this down to 10 points if you can, really. 18 points are a lot of points to make up for in a 4th quarter.
Well, there's 10 seconds on the shot clock. And if they want points, they need them quick. And they get them through Captain Juncker.
Abigail Juncker also playing on the weekends for the WBBL team, getting 10 points on the weekend.
Yeah, she's scoring plenty of points for Cardiff Met, but not able to captain her side to the strongest defensive shift so far.
Another discussion here from Cardiff Met as they huddled in, trying to discuss how they're going to implement strategies from Steph Collins to win this game.
Bennett, nothing but net. Another one on the board. 19-point game. Hoshauer now into Saray, out to James. Ball above the head, just taking her time. Lambert's back on the court. We're excited to see her from the 3-point line. Always good beyond the arc, but it's James underneath the basket and the foul's called. Three on the shot clock. They've got to be quick here, Will.
They've got to get something up here.
Ball in play. It's Juncker. Turns. Shoots. Rim.
Cardiff Met could really do with a stop right here.
Oh, and it's Duru, the powerful Duru, but she stopped this time by a combination of Saray and Juncker. Now Hoshauer. Out to Lambert.
Cardiff Net need to make sure it's not too little too late here.
10 seconds on the shot clock. They need points, and they need them quick.
Nothing that Cardiff Met seems to be doing so far can break down this Durham unit.
Here's Hoshauer, nicked out of her hands, and here come Durham on the counter. Ball over the top, finds the 7 Bennett. Oh, and so close to 2. But it's Juncker who's called out for the foul.
Could definitely hear what the Archers fan base had to think of that one as well, yet again.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit flat inside Archers Arena at Kincoid campus. Perhaps nerves, perhaps the fans feel what might be happening here. So hard to take a loss at this stage of a competition. It's the quarterfinals, Will. It's such a big game, a place in the semis up for grabs.
Especially the confidence Cardiff Met had going into this game, knowing that they've only lost to one team this season.
Yeah, they've been so strong in BUCS. It's just been Essex that have been their bogey team this year, but Essex have conquered all that came their way. 8 from 8 in the league. There's no shame in losing to a team that strong.
Cardiff Met looking not to get a repeat of the weekend, where the WBBL team also lost to Durham 69-73.
Yeah, it was tighter there. It's a wide open game at the moment because it's 67-46. A fight for the ball. Vicky Duru not happy with the officials. They wave play on. Hoshauer drives down the wing. That knee brace of hers apparent as she runs.
The free!
Huge from Juncker. Showing why she's captain, showing why she leads the team. She's played so many minutes already this evening. Got to be a rebound win here for Cardiff Met.
Cardiff Met really need a stop here now to end the third quarter.
Yes, 7.4 seconds left on the clock. Looks like there's been a timeout called. Final play will go Durham's way. We'll have to see what's in the making from Lee Davies' side. Perhaps something off the training ground. We see him here on screen, certainly using his tactics board to good effect.
Lee Davies will be looking here to draw up a play that they've been practicing in training here, to try get another 2 or 3 points from this quarter, to really try kill Cardiff Met off and make it an impossible job for the fourth quarter for them.
Yeah, 18 points in it. Well, perhaps no chance for Cardiff Met to score too many points in this one. Maybe a fast break if they're quick, if they're clever, but keeping it at 18 has got to be the priority.
Yeah, Cardiff Met needs something really inspirational in the last quarter. Get a defensive stop here now, and then worry about the fourth quarter after this defensive play. But Cardiff Met needs a big inspiration in the fourth quarter to be able to come back from this deficit.
The pro, can we get the pro? Still on you, count 3.
Out they come then. We hear the klaxon. And we see the teams slowly making their way. Durham taking a little bit longer on your screen there. They're in the huddle. Shouts of team from the visitors as they slowly walk over. There's our man Jude Williams with his arms folded, centre of screen. You heard from him after the first quarter. A smile on his face regardless of the score. Always a pleasure to see and speak with the Cardiff Met coach, Jude Williams. So back underway. Duru from deep, and they do escape with 18 as the difference. Cardiff Met, it's not what they wanted, it's not what they're looking for, but it could have been worse. Will Hellerman, 1 quarter to play. What do Cardiff Met say now?
You just need to be extremely clinical here, and that's what they've lacked all game. If they can try to be as clinical as they possibly can and get a really good start to this fourth quarter. But not only do they have to make the buckets down their end, they also have to get a huge stop on Durham, which they haven't done at all this game so far. Durham have been really good from both ends of the court.
So as we see the shots of Cardiff Met bench, of the Cardiff Met bench, I should say, I'm delighted to welcome up into the commentary box our BUCS correspondent, Rhys Daffith. Rhys, what's been going on across the world of BUCS?
Well, in the women's rugby, you may be wondering if we have a stream later. I can confirm that game is off, so no stream from us tonight. There was a lot of rain overnight. That put the game in doubt. However, Welsh referee Neil Hennessy deemed the pitch was playable. However, Durham, who were making the very long journey down, had already turned back. So unfortunately, that one is off and will be played, hopefully, at a later date.
Yeah, a bit of a mix-up there from the two sides in communications, but...
Staying with the Women's National League, and Hartbury have actually confirmed won the league today, and they'll surely be favourites heading into the playoffs. In the BUCS Super Rugby, the men do not have a game this week either. They travel to runaway leaders Exeter next week. They currently sit 5th with top 4, still very much the aim. In sport that actually was played today, women's volleyball, they hosted Bath University, their varsity rivals, looking for their first win and first set of the season. However, their wait for both goes on as they succumbed, unfortunately, to a 3-0 loss. Although I did hear there was improvement in their play today. Men's football, they travelled to Bristol to play Bristol Uni 2s. That was a 2-1 win for the Met, so good news there. Haben Sampson and Charlie Bullock got the goals. And there was a double-header in the Vars in hockey. Nottingham University was the destination for both, and unfortunately the men lost 7-0, and the last we heard the women were losing 2-0. And I'll leave you back with the rest of the action. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Reese. Yeah, plenty of action across BUCS for Cardiff Met this afternoon. Seems like some big scorelines along the way, especially in the hockey, especially in the volleyball, but some wins on the road against Bristol. Cardiff Met football, BUCS 2s, another win to their name. The team's going so strong in the football this year, both 1s and 2s fighting for promotion to the National League. Great to see Cardiff Met getting wins all across all sports and doing their bit across and around the country. But back to the basketball. It's the fourth quarter. 9.5 to play. 18 points in it. Here we go. A place in the semi-final is to play for. Durham have the lead. Durham are the favourites. Durham are in control. Cardiff Met need something special.
Despite all of that for Durham, Lee Davies still looks like the most stressed one.
Yeah, that man knows what's up for grabs, but it's 3 points from Pujalon. 21 points ahead now. Not the start Cardiff Met wanted. Still not a smile on Lee Davies' face. Hands on hips in the corner of your screen. Or hands on knees, I should say.
Lee Davies won't be very happy until the game is ended by the looks of things.
Yeah, I'm not sure Steph Collins will be too happy if Cardiff Met fall short. And it looks like they're going to. But chance of defence from the crowd. A travel given from the referee. Cardiff Met, let's use this momentum, says Steph Collins.
Down 3, can we just get Steph? Hold that down 3. Down 3 on you now.
There she is. Cardiff Met head coach. She knows the pressure this game has. She knows the importance of this fixture. Hoshau, now Junker. Saray sprints towards Junker. Ball over the top, back 2. Hayley Saray gets 2 on the board, 19 in it.
That's a lot better by Cardiff Met. Taking your time, setting up the whole play and picking a pass right underneath the basket. And now they've got a turnover.
Turnover ball, Cardiff Met look to play. It's in the hands of Habling. Let's use this, say the bench. Let's come forward, let's get some points. The crowd willing them on, wishing them to get across the line. Here's Saray. Can she work some of her magic? Not this time, because it's magic defence from Durham. Cardiff Met need to follow suit and defend well themselves, as it's the fast hands now of Klassen as she drives towards the basket. She misses though. Here comes James. Things are heating up. It's end to end. It's a transitional game at the moment, Will Hellerman.
This is exactly what Cardiff Met are trying to do now. Push the ball for the end of the game in the fourth quarter and try to draw any sort of fouls they can possibly get on their way towards the basket, which they've just done now.
Yeah, it was Habling, one of the few British-born players on Cardiff Met's team. Forces the foul and a timeout called from Durham, perhaps just looking to calm things down for his team.
Yeah, Durham have no reason to push the ball in this game. They'd be happy to play at their own tempo and try to keep the game more peaceful now, whereas Cardiff Met need to create a lot of havoc and just keep going at Durham defence until they get the breakthrough that they need to win this game. But on one you said earlier though, a lot of foreign students in this Cardiff Met team, a lot of Americans. You see Abigail Junker, Caitlin Reed, Jenna Hoshauer, Hayley Saray, all these Americans come over. Basketball's on a big growth in Wales, especially with Dan Flaherty as well coming from the men's. A lot of Americans playing in Wales now. That's pushing basketball on a lot more now in comparison to what has been in the last recent years.
Yeah, you've really seen the standard grow. I believe basketball overtaken rugby now in Wales as the, I believe, third most played sport now in the country. So that's a credit to the programme here at Cardiff Met. I'm sure that's had a big influence in the playing in the national leagues on weekends, getting in coaches like James Dorr, getting in coaches like Steph Collins to lead teams, bringing over students, bringing over players who can make such a difference and drawing crowds and get young fans into the game.
Well done, comms. Really good description. Nice.
A lot of talent, as we've spoken earlier, in this Cardiff Met team, playing on the WBBL on the weekend and also in this BUCS team now.
Yeah, one of those extremely talented players is forward Laura Hablin, number 7, who takes her first free throw and sinks her first free throw of the quarter. Another second-year psychology student, plenty of them. Perhaps she's going to use some of her education to keep her head, stay calm under pressure.
Try getting the minds of the opponents.
Absolutely.
Archer's fan base trying to really get behind their team now. Defense calls.
Yeah, 17 points in it. Oh, it's a crowded out, and there's the call of travel. The atmosphere ramps up in Archers Arena once again.
That's the sort of stops Cardiff Met need. They need to keep getting these sort of looks where Durham are trying to force the ball out of their own hands and then go down the other end and make your easy buckets.
Yeah, they haven't done that enough, but they're doing it now, and that's all that matters. We've got 7 minutes to play, just over. Molly James now on the ball, finds Saray. Lovely turn, pushes off her marker, finds
Great
2 points. Here
Saray.
we go, Cardiff Met. You've got a long way to go, but you're on the right road. Just keep your foot on the gas and do not stop. Oh, it's a rebound that's gone Durham's way. And again, Hendershot.
It's so close every time. They look like they're about to get a hand on it and they just fall short.
Saray from 3, it's got to be good, it's not. That could be huge. Because it's Hendershot who enters the paint, but it's a lovely steal by Juncker. And James drives to the basket, looks for the layup, misses the layup. Katie Bennett with pace into Hendershot. Oh, Hendershot doing what she does best. 2 points for her, potential to make it 3 as the foul is called. Wow, what a game she's had.
It seems like every time the Cardiff Met gets the flip going their way, Durham reverse it yet again.
Yeah,
we had a little period then where Cardiff Met looked like they were going to turn the table and get the upper hand. Then Durham come right down the other end and get a basket, and now at the free throw line.
Yeah, and you see number 3 on your screen just receiving the ball. That is Hendershot. Couple of bounces of the ball. Shoots with an arc. Shoots for the point.
Like we said, it's been a very good figure for Durham this game. Massing a lot of points so far, over 20 points.
Another one off the rim for Juncker. Duru keeps it alive and keeps it alive well. Over the head, taken out Hoshauer, taken out Saray from the game. Ooh, and it was Duru had her hands in the air. Gets the ball now. She was free momentarily. Hendershot now, fires out wide. And 3 points, nothing but net for Katie Bennett. Timeout called by Cardiff Met. Huge 3 points though from Katie Bennett.
Yeah, Cardiff Met, the game's slipping away from them at the minute. Every time they get in themselves back into this game, they keep slipping slightly. It's like what I said before, a step forward and 2 steps back. Durham seems to have an answer for everything that Cardiff Met have got right now.
They certainly do, and if they are to win this one, then you can't say it's anything but deserved. Cardiff Met have worked so hard, but the Durham defence so strong. We see on screen some very dejected looking fans. They know this game is no longer hanging in the balance. It's slipped ever so much towards Durham.
Yeah.
Yeah, still no movement from those fans in the crowd. Very dejected.
Kind of sums up the game, hasn't it? The sting's been taken out of the game from Cardiff. Durham's done really well here. The game's kind of gone a little bit flat for Cardiff. Almost not believing now that they can get this back. 23 points is a lot of points to try claw back. 5 minutes 47 left in the game.
It's a lot of points. They may not believe it will, but they've got to believe. If they want to make it to the semi-finals, they have to believe. They can still win this game. Anything can happen in basketball. It's transitional, it's fast-paced. It's a game that can be flipped on its head in any moment. Defend strong, score some buckets, and you're right back in this one. But they've got to up their game. Referee blows her whistle. Ho Shower finds herself on the ball, a sports coaching master's student. Look to control her team. A pivot, a step, no travel. Strong play from Cardiff Met. They move it around well. What a block that is! El Hendershot. Superb from gets a high five from Vicky Duru, and my word, she deserved it for that one.
I'm not too sure Cardiff Met have expected Durham to bring this sort of lockdown defence. They've been so good and stopped everything that Cardiff Met have had to offer this game.
Yep, it's fired out to Junker. She's got to go for three because there was no other option. Ollie James scrapping for the ball. Ollie James retains the ball. It's not James. I apologise. It was Junker on the floor in the end, rolling around. And Junker did well to keep a hold of it.
One thing you can't fault about Cardiff Met is their spirit. They've gone after everything that they could possibly have gone after so far this game. They've just fell short in some departments to Durham, and Durham have been excellent. You cannot take anything away from them so far this game.
No. So 5 minutes to play. Bennett drives forward and pass out to McDonald. We haven't seen too much of her this game. Fresh legs. She'll be looking to be explosive off the bench, looking to score some points. One woman we have seen a lot of is Katie Bennett. The pass from her goes astray, but she's had a good game. As so many of the Durham players have, really making the long journey worth it from the northeast. Pass dribbles into the arms of Ho Shower. Out to Reed. Now Junker. Free as a bird was Lara Habling, but again, 3 points goes a missing. Is this how you do it? No, Klassen opts to dribble. Now out to Bennett, a sidestep. Fast hands from Durham and a good 2 points. It was Klassen in the end who sunk the basket, but that's how you move the basketball around inside the arc, Will.
Seems like a Durham double is imminent here. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock, and they still are comfortably ahead.
Yeah, Durham double. Easy for you to say, but not easy for Cardiff Met to find their way back into the game, because another 2 points goes begging. It was Reed this time who went for the shot. Off the rim. And it's McDonald who finds herself on the ball. Back into Hendershot. The powerhouse presence. Passes the fleet-footed Vicky Duru. Sinks another 2 in those bright yellow shoes. And she's been dazzling on the court this afternoon.
Durham have had a lot of standout players come really clutch from this game, making every sort of bucket they need to make in order to take this lead.
It's a bit quicker from Cardiff Met, a bit better. A lot better from the arc. That's 3, another 3 for that woman once again. It's Hayley Saray.
Trying to lift the crowd a bit with another 3-pointer.
Yeah, she's been excellent from those sorts of positions. It's got to be the layup for Junker. It's got to be points on the board. It is. Referee now calls a halt to proceedings because there's an injury down the other end of the court. Looks like it is El Hendershot. Looks like it could be a hand injury, perhaps a wrist injury. We're unsure at the moment. We can see her hobbling slightly. Looked like it was holding, she was holding part of her arm, but maybe not. Maybe able to walk this one off. El Hendershot. Durham will be hoping she can stay on the court, that's for sure.
Looks like Lee Davey is not going to risk him here.
Yeah, just taking their time over the substitution, but it is made. It's Poujalon who comes back on. Hendershot rested. Perhaps Lee Davey knowing that it's better to have Hendershot available for the semi-final because he feels like they're on their way. It's 22 points ahead, 3 minutes on the board to play, or just over.
Cardiff Met bench really trying to get behind their team now and push something in this last 3 minutes in the game.
Yeah, great interception from Derma Dakari to stop Duru from having a clear shot at goal. Looks like the ball has gone the way of Cardiff Met, despite what I thought was a clear interception. But either way, the Archers will make their way up the court. Saray sells her marker, but can't find her partner, Lara Habling.
Cam 2, slow, closer. I say Cam 2, coming to you now. On you, Cam 2. Back on Cam 1.
Looks like a bit more of a higher court press from Cardiff Met these last few minutes.
They need to really push Durham now. They know the time's running out, and any sort of pressure they can possibly implement, they have to do right now.
Well, there's some of that pressure as the ball's fired over the top to Saray. It must be 2. It is 2. 20 points in it then. Timeout called from Durham. Maybe realising the change in tactical defence. Needs AV there. Still very animated on the touchline.
Yeah. I think he just wants to kind of slow this game down now and make sure the Cardiff Met don't get any sort of momentum. It's a good timeout calling, right when Cardiff Met get a basket and want to sort of start to build some momentum, to kind of call a timeout and be like, hang on, let's get a grip of the game here. Don't let them get back into it and get a string of run of goals together.
That's nice. Close with the girls, that's awesome. Still on Cam 4.
Yeah, Durham looking focused. Durham still looking like they want this game. They're not letting up at all. They know they're probably going to run away with it. They're 20 points to the good with just over 2.5 on the clock. But they're in the zone. Just taking on fluids, just listening to the coach, knowing they're going to play their plays, they're going to make their runs. They're going to hold out for a victory.
They played so well for 3 quarters. Now they've only got 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So just carry on doing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's unlikely teams of this calibre to let it slip from this sort of position. Of course, on the other hand, teams of this calibre like Cardiff Met can pull any scoreline back from this sort of position. So Durham can't be lackadaisical. Got to stay concentrated, got to stay focused, but there's a few hands on hips on the bench of Cardiff Met. Some unhappy faces and 2.5 minutes of their very best work may still not be enough.
We've just kind of lacked. We haven't seen much of that Cardiff Met ruthlessness that we usually see. We've seen them kill teams off. Like earlier this season, we saw them put over 100 points on Southampton. Cardiff Met have not had that sort of like killer instinct that they usually have today, and it's an unfortunate day not to have it because Durham have took advantage of that and have made this game their own.
Yeah, we've seen some changes in the squad for Cardiff Met just before Christmas. The departure of Mandy Kawaha, the Hawaii-born forward who was so influential in that 100-point win you mentioned that was streamed live on Cardiff Met Sport TV. Ball out of play from Durham. But someone like Kawaha perhaps missed greatly in a game like this where points from inside the arc have been missing.
Yeah, one thing we used to see with Andy Kawaha is the versatility to bring so many different kinds of points and also whipping the ball back.
Yeah,
but despite that, Cardiff Met still have a lot of good players in this team.
That's better though. That's good movement, that's a good pass and a good bucket.
This is a full court press now. We need to see from Cardiff Met try win the ball back.
Under 2 on the clock. Plenty of energy. But the referee calls up. A little confusion as what's been called here, Will Hellerman?
I'm not too sure what's been called here, Matt.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe running out of play.
It seems.
Maybe a little bit difficult to see from the commentary booth here.
Right in the corner.
Plain to see that Abigail Juncker almost lost control of the ball. Here's Saray. Oh, but no. That's gone out of play. Not the momentum shifter Cardiff Met were looking for. They looked like they could have been on the offense, but once again, poor decisions, poor execution. Another foul.
Going to see a lot of fouls here from Cardiff Met potentially here to try stop Durham from going towards the basket and draining the clock.
Cam 3, we're on you now.
Yeah, it's a game of clock watching.
Talk about the Durham coach and how proud he'll be.
Lee Davey on your screen, hands on hips, perhaps for once this game slightly less animated. For once this game, oh but no, here come Cardiff Met, it's Juncker with the steal, but Juncker losing out on the ball. Well kept in the end, it's messy, it's scrappy, but it's points on the board. Steph Collins is up on her feet after that one. But here comes Ellie Hendershot Back out to Klassen. Klassen taking her time, happy to run down the shot clock.
Just over a minute to go now. Cardiff Met trying to get a defensive stop, get a positive out of this game.
Duru under the basket, what a block, but no, foul given. A wry smile on the face of Lara Habling, perhaps disagreeing with the referee. Boos from the crowd, hands on head in the crowd. Jude Williams is up on his feet. He doesn't know. My word, there's plenty of disagreement about that call.
That takes Lara Habling out of the game as well with a 5th foul. That kind of just sums up Cardiff Met's game. Just a little bit just off it every time. In comparison to Durham, who have been absolutely spot on with everything.
And speaking of spot on, perfect throw from Vicky Duru. She goes for the second. Makes no mistake. 2 points on the board. 22 points ahead. And it's 25, Hayley Saray, who leads the charge. At speed. Cardiff Met haven't given up here. Great spirit from the home team. It's a 3-point attempt. It's a 3-point missed. But there's a rebound. But no.
This is the Cardiff Met spirit, though. Going right towards the end, despite being in the face of a loss. And going until the final whistle goes.
Did they need more of this early on to stop the game getting away from them?
I don't think that Cardiff Met ever lacked the desire to win the game.
Oh, it's superb from Vicky Duru. It's fantastic. Dribbling past 2, crossovers galore. What a finish.
Yeah, I don't think Cardiff Met have lacked any sort of desire or motivation during the game. I just think that they've not been on point as they usually are.
Yeah, it was Hayley Saray gets another 2 points for her name. Derma Dakari, it was with the 3-point attempt. And Hayley Saray picking up a rebound. And picking up 2 more points, potentially 3 if she can nail the free throw. There's only 8.8 seconds left on the clock. It's now about pride. It's about consolation. It's about Cardiff Met taking it as far as they can. As we slowly see time ebbing away, the players are up. Hands are together from the coaches. It's a valiant effort from both sides. But the game here, it's Cardiff Met 69, Durham 86. The visitors take the points. The visitors take the win. They've made the long journey down. They've made it count. They progress through to the semi-finals of the National Championship. And wow, what a game to be involved in, Will Hellerman.
Oh, definitely. We knew we were in for a good game. The Durham have really brung it to Cardiff Met and did an excellent job in this whole game. Cardiff Met are going to be disappointed with this, expecting to go through. However, you live and you learn, and you try again next season.
Yeah, we see the two teams congratulating each other, congratulating and saying thank you to the referees, to other coaches. Not the scoreline they'd have wanted, that's for sure. But they'll look to go again. That's their season now over in BUCS. The league is done. The cup competition now, they're out. Durham will progress. They'll face either Loughborough or Edinburgh from their Northern Conference in the semi-final. They'll look to go on and hopefully bring the championship to their name. And unfortunately, Cardiff Met will have to pack their bags and reset for next year. So, Will, before we hand over back to Ella Jones on courtside, can you give me a quick man, or player of the match, I should say, for you?
I'd probably say Elle Hendershot. I think she had a great game overall, and despite Durham having their whole team perform well, I think she continues the standout player.
Yeah, Elle Hendershot has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Will Hellerman. We'll hand you now back to courtside, where Ella Jones is with Cardiff Met coach Steph Collins.
Thank you very much, Matt and Will. I am now joined with our basketball women's coach, Steph Collins. Thank you very much for joining. It's an unfortunate loss, I'm afraid, but looking forward, like, what would have you done differently? Or
yeah, I think the biggest problem for us today, obviously early in the first half when they went on a bit of a lead heading into halftime, we're kind of reflecting on the game, and one was we had poor defensive transitions, so they had some easy fast break points, and then secondly, something that's kind of been our Achilles heel is getting the defensive rebounds. So they had quite a few offensive rebounds, which turned into easy points for them. But credit to the girls, I think, despite the margin at the end, they played to their hearts out. They got some really good stops. Today, there's a couple unfortunate baskets that didn't go in the basket for us. But overall, you got to be proud of our effort.
And of course, like you said, they played really well despite the loss. Did any of the players stand out to you today?
Yeah, so I think Abby Junker in particular, she's our captain. That heartbeat of the team. I think she's someone, she gave it her all. She was diving on the floor for loose balls. She was pressuring the ball all the way to the end, even though we're down by a significant margin. I got to give her a lot of credit.
Lovely. And obviously, looking forward now to the weekend, you're going to be playing the London Lions.
Yes.
Here on Kingscoy campus. They are a massive team in Britain. What are you preparing for that game?
Yeah, I think for us is just go out and enjoy the experience, because when you look at the pedigree of London Lions, they play in a massive Euro Cup game tomorrow in Turkey, which is the quarterfinal of Euro Cup. It's which is one of the most prestigious European competitions. And a team like London Lions, there's a couple of my former GB teammates with Timmy Bentley and Carly Samuelson. There's a pedigree of WNBA players, so 4 of them are actually in the WNBA for this summer. So I think for our girls, it's to go out and enjoy being out there with that kind of caliber of team and just give it our best shot.
Exactly, like you said, it's a bit of a new team as well with a few losses like Laura and everything. How is having a new team changed the way maybe you've coached or just the way they've played together?
Yeah, it's always a great start. It's always to have a nice fresh start, and I think it's important from the beginning. They set out some goals for this year, and one of the team goals was for them to become a cohesive unit. So we're hoping that we can reflect on the season and think, okay, did we kind of meet that mark? Did we kind of meet that target there? And I think for them, what's quite exciting for this group, especially with the BUCS group, is we have quite a few that are returning. So this is this is fuel right now when we have that feeling of the quarterfinal. Let's see what we can do next season.
Yeah, it's like a growing team. That's amazing. And obviously, what is left for now? What's coming from the women's basketball team? What do we need to look out for?
Yeah, I think as we head into the latter half of the WBBL season, I think for us now we're looking at, we had a really close contest against Durham at home this past weekend where it was 4-point deficit. We're looking for that first win of the season, which would be nice.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, John Bow. Thank you for joining us. And now we've got a little video that our broadcast team have been working on. We did start it last week for the football, where our team try your sport. And this week we've tried basketball. If you want our team to try your sport, just give us a little message on our socials and we'll be right down to do it. But here is our reporters doing it now.
Hi and welcome to another episode of After Attempts.
Today, Cardiff Met Women's Ones are taking on Durham in the National Championship quarter-finals.
Let's see if we can shoot some hoops like them.
Today's challenge, layup.
Half cut. It's not even, that didn't even.
Layup.
Free throw. Yes, 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 yes. I think it is absolutely epic game, mate.
We can edit it.
No,
just edit it so it looks like it's going in.
Yeah, you don't need to do that with mine. Mine always go in. Yes! Oh! Damn right.
Say now if you don't want to do it.
Do you reckon any of the other boys would want to do it?
I'm going to channel my inner Rory Delap.
I don't think you made it. Ooh! Okay.
Damn right. Yeah, the rugby, it might not be
Matt
on.
chatting up
It's
the girls.
outdoors, yeah. No worries.
Can we get a close-up of Matt chatting up the
Cheers,
girls?
thank you. Bye. Game 7, 3 seconds left on the clock. Purdy from half court. I'm just going to take up netball.
Ooh. 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 Oh! Oh! That's how it's done.